So we're gonna just have a comfortable seated position, legs crossed. We can place our hands with our palms up on our knees. Gently close your eyes and just breathe gently. There's nothing to do with the breath right now. We don't have to alter it or extend it or anything. We just are gonna notice it and see what it feels like. We've been breathing all day and probably didn't even pay attention to that fact. I'm also going to invite you to try and relax your mind. If you have, like me, ever ongoing to-do lists, we can set those off to the side of the mat. If we have any worries or anything drawing our attention, we can set it off to the side and it'll be there when we're done with class. But for right now, on our mat, we're just going to create this beautiful space where we can explore our breath and movement. So let's drop our right ear to our right shoulder to gently stretch out the left side of the neck. And bring the head back to center. Drop the left ear to the left shoulder to create a nice stretch on the right side of the neck. Head back to center. Drop your chin to your chest, elongating the back of the neck. And bring the head back to center. Rather than dropping the head to the back, creating strain on the neck, just lift your chin to the sky, creating some length in the throat, front of the neck area. And go ahead, bring the head back to center. Let's gently come to our hands and knees, tabletop position, so that we can set up to push back into a child's pose. Knees can come to the wide edge of the mat, toes together, send the hips back. Drop your forehead to the mat, arms reaching forward. In our child's pose, we can practice our Ujjayi pranayama, which is a breathing technique where we constrict the throat muscles to create an audible sound on both the inhale and the exhale. The sensation is almost like dragging the air down the back of the throat, and as we're sending it out with our lips closed, as if we're trying to fog up a mirror. This audible sound has been likened to the sound of the ocean, which can be very relaxing for the central nervous system. Come up to the tiptoes of your fingers and walk your hands over to the right side of the mat with your head still down, stretching out the left side body. Go ahead and come back up onto your fingertips. This time, walk to the left side of the mat with your hands, stretching out the right side body. Go ahead and walk the hands back to center. Now keeping your forehead on the mat, bring your fingertips together, creating a circle around your head with your arms. We're going to breathe through this circle. So on the inhale, send the air down the left arm into the upper chest area where your heart is. And on an exhale, send it out the right arm, across where the fingertips meet, and on your inhale, back down the left arm, creating this circle of breath that travels through your heart and completely encircles your head and your mind. Do that 2 more times. And then maybe reverse the direction. On an inhale, send the air down your right arm into your heart area, and on an exhale, out the left arm, crossing where the fingertips meet, inhaling down the right arm back into the heart area, and so forth for another 2 to 3 breaths. On your next inhale, push up onto into a tabletop position. And just go ahead, stay on your knees, but roll up the upper body. So we're standing on our knees. I'm going to stay here with you, Becca. And we're going to take your right leg, extend it out to the side. Right hand on the right leg. Inhale the left arm up and over for a nice stretch on the left side body. Just breathe into that a few times. Next, inhale, go and come up all the way over, fall to the left side. So the left hand comes to the floor and the right hand goes over, this time stretching the right side body. Gaze can be to the floor. Inhale the right arm up. You can drop the right arm, bring the right leg in, and we'll switch sides. Extend the left leg out to the side, left arm on left leg. Inhale the right arm up and over, stretching out the right side body. Inhale the right arm up all the way over, bringing the right hand to the earth, left arm over. Inhale the left arm up, the upper body up, drop the left arm, bring the left leg in. Let's come back to a tabletop position for our cat-cow. So wrists directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, arch your spine for cow. Exhale, draw the navel in, curve the spine, drop the gaze for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale for cat. Really pulling that navel in, using those abs. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Return to a neutral position. Tuck your toes, and here comes our first downward dog of the practice. Send the hips up to the sky. Now the goal is to imagine drawing your chest and abdomen towards your thighs. What I mean by that is the goal isn't necessarily to keep the heels on the floor or the knees straight. By bending the knees, lifting the heels, we can get into the correct position by bringing that upper body closer to our thighs. go ahead and pedal through a little bit. This is our first down dog of the practice. Take some micro movements in the hips, shoulders, neck, so that the body can really settle into a place of stillness for our downward dog. On an inhale, look to the top of the mat and have your feet walk forward to meet your hands. We're going to just hang here in a ragdoll position. Knees can be bent. They can be bent deeply. We want to release everything through the spine. Top of the head, searching for the floor. Hands can grab opposite elbows. Can sway side to side like the trunk of an elephant. Come to a place of stillness and put your hands back close on the floor, or as close as we can get. On an inhale, take a halfway lift, straightening the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And on an inhale, roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Bringing your hands to heart center. For Samasthitihi. And close your eyes for just a moment. Settle into your breath. And I invite you to take this opportunity to set an intention for your practice. That intention could be about focusing on certain things in our poses. It could be about letting go of things from the day. I mean, whatever you want your focus to be, as long as we stay within this beautiful space we've created on our mat. Go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead, slight arching of the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into a high plank. Pause for an inhale. Exhale down to a lower plank. Inhale for an upward facing dog. And then exhale, push back to a downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths here in our downward facing dog. We'll do this flow, the high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, multiple times during the class. At any point you can skip it or modify it. We can always just meet back in downward facing dog. On an inhale, look to the top of the mat, step the feet forward to meet the hands. Exhale, release into a forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale back to a forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Pause for an inhale and proceed on with your vinyasa. Let's take 3 breaths here. Maybe reminding ourselves about that Ujjayi breath we talked about at the beginning. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, bring the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, let's do a half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, up to mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Flow that vinyasa. Take 3 breaths. On your to the sky. Exhale, step it forward between the 2 hands. Take the left toes and spin them out to a 9 o'clock position. We're working up to our warrior 2. On an inhale, open up to warrior 2. So our Shoulders and hips are square to the left side of the mat. Our arms are extended out, and the gaze is over the right finger. The right leg, you can't see very well in this video, but the right knee is bent, the left leg is straight. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale for extended side angle, so your right elbow comes to your right knee, left arm overhead. Inhale, reverse your warrior, so the left arm comes to left leg, right arm overhead. If you'd like to take a half bind, you can take the left arm and wrap it around your lower back. Inhale, reach up, cartwheel the arms forward, down to the mat, framing the right foot, pivoting on the back foot, stepping back into our high plank, and we can flow our vinyasa here or meet in downward dog. Take a breath or two. Next inhale, send the left leg up to the sky. Now step that between the two hands. Pivot the right foot so that the right toes are to a 3 o'clock position. And then come up to warrior two on this side. Now our shoulders and hips are square to the right side of the mat. Arms extended, gaze over the left hand. This time my left knee is bent and my right knee is straight. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Left elbow to left knee, right arm overhead. On an inhale, reverse the warrior. So right hand comes back to the right leg, left arm overhead. And for a half bind, the right arm can come around the lower back. Inhale the left arm up, cartwheel the hands down to frame the left foot. Step back into a high plank and go ahead and flow through your vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. We're going to flow through that a couple more times, this time linking one breath per movement. This is designed to start to generate some heat in the body so that the muscles are nice and warm and limber as we work through other poses in the class. So from downward dog, inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale to extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, and then go ahead and flow your vinyasa. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it between hands. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, back to high plank, flowing through vinyasa. As we meet back in downward facing dog, take 3 good breaths. Go ahead and sigh out on the exhale. Let some of that steam out. Inhaling energy, Exhaling anything that's not going to serve you today in this practice. Let's flow that one more time. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Flow your vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, and do that thing you do. Take a few breaths here. Let some of that steam out. On your next inhale, send the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. This time we're going to work up to warrior one. So pivot the left toes out just to a 10 o'clock position. Bring the upper body up, arms overhead. The front right knee is bent, left knee is straight. We really want to lift up to create more space between the ribs and the hips. On an exhale, begin to go forward and send the arms back in an airplane position, hovering the torso over the right thigh so that we're using our core rather than just laying our torso on top of our thigh. Inhale the arms up. Exhale back to airplane. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to airplane. Now make this a big one. Inhale the arms up and over, opening to warrior two, pivoting that back foot a little bit. Now we're going to inhale, straightening the right knee, arms and gaze up to the sky. Exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, straightening the knee, arms and gaze to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Now go ahead and straighten your right knee. We're going to work our way into triangle pose. Send the hips to the back of the mat. Reach forward with the right hand until it drops down to a block, the ground, your ankle, shin, whatever you can reach. Left arm to the sky. Body opening up and flat as if it were pressed between two panes of glass. On your next inhale, with a slight bending of the right knee, use that to pull your upper body upright, now facing the left side of your mat. Hands can be on your hips. Take a nice wide stance, but have the toes turned slightly in. As we work to our prasarita, inhale the chest up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Dropping the arms if you'd like. The hands could stay on the hips. The hands could reach to the ankles or calves or thighs if you'd like. If your hands are reaching outward, bring them back to center. And now take your right hand and reach in the direction of your left foot or ankle. If that's okay for you, maybe take the left arm up into a half bind behind your lower back. If you took the half bind, release your left arm and have both hands come back to center. This time, take your left hand reaching toward your right foot or ankle, and maybe the right arm comes up and takes a half bind. Also, maybe not. If just hanging forward works for you, then do that. If you took the half bind, release the right arm and also now the left hand to the center. Bring your hands to your hips. Go ahead and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Now we have a pretty wide stance here, so in order to work into goddess pose, bring the legs in a little bit closer, heel toe them, but have the toes out. We're going to inhale the arms up to the sky for a 5-pointed star. Exhale, cactus the arms out, sink down into our goddess pose. Go ahead and shift your weight back and forth between the legs so you can find where your center is. You can play with this for a minute. Maybe lift your right heel up for a moment and drop it down. Left hand up and drop it down. And maybe both heels come up. And as you do that, maybe see if you can sink a little bit lower. Your calves are loving me right now, aren't they? So go ahead and drop your heels back down. Nice inhale for a big 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel the hands towards the front of the mat. Pivot the feet so you can frame the right foot with your hands. Step back into a high plank and flow your vinyasa. Go ahead and take a couple breaths. Next inhale, send the left foot up to the sky. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Warrior one on the other side. So pivot the right toes out to a 2 o'clock position. Inhale with the arms overhead, creating space between the low ribs and the hips. Inhale up just a little bit more. Exhale, let's do that airplane. Inhale up. Exhale, airplane. Inhale up. Exhale, airplane. And this is the big one. Big inhale up. Open to warrior two. Now on your next inhale, straighten the left front knee. Bring the arms and gaze up. Exhale, sinking back into warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Now straighten just the front knee. Send the hips to the back of the mat and begin reaching forward with the right hand as far as you can until you drop down into triangle. Left arm down towards the earth, right arm up towards the sky. On an inhale, go ahead and put a slight bend in the left knee to help you bring your upper body up. Hands on the hips. Start to face the right side of the mat for Prasarita on the other side. You can widen your stance. Toes pointed in slightly. Inhale the chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Dropping the hands to the mat. Let's take a different twist here. Take the right hand directly under the head, and then take the left arm, peel it up to the sky. Go ahead, bring the left hand down directly under the head, and now peel the right arm up to the sky. Bring the right hand back down to meet the left. Move them both out 6 inches to a foot to come up to a half lift. So a flat spine. Exhale, forward fold once more. Hands to the hips. Inhale all the way up. Shorten your stance, bringing heel-toeing the feet together, ending up with the toes pointed outward. Nice big inhale for a 5-pointed star. Exhale, sink down into goddess pose, this time hands at heart center. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths, and this is a good opportunity for us to think about why yoga poses can be challenging. The yoga poses are designed to be challenging, not necessarily to push you into that Instagram perfect picture, but more, this is a place where you can practice how you're going to meet challenges in your day-to-day life. So if a pose is challenging, we have to breathe and do our best and recognize what our body is telling us. So that's a lesson we can take from the mat into real life on how we are going to face challenges in our life. And right now your thighs are probably burning, so you're challenging to like me anymore, which is okay. Nice big inhale up to a 5-pointed star. Exhale, cartwheel the hands forward, pivot the feet, step back into a high plank, and do your thing. So from this downward facing dog, I'm just going to have you walk your feet forward to meet your hands. And then slowly, one vertebra at a time, roll up. I'm going to back up, so I'm not the headless yoga teacher. Hands at heart center. I'm still headless. Okay, I'd rather you hear me than see me. We're going to move into tree pose. So send your weight into your left foot, making that right foot light. The sole of the right foot can be on the ankle, the shin, or above the knee on the thigh, but not on the knee. In balancing poses, it helps to have a point where your eyes can focus. This is called a drishti point. And if the eyes are still and focused, it helps the mind to stay still and focused. If you'd like, go ahead and inhale your arms up, your branches reaching to the sky. And just when you think, yeah, I got this, go ahead and try and close your eyes. It's a good lesson in humility. And exhale, shake that out. Hands back to heart center. Send the weight into the right leg. Left leg up for tree pose. Inhale the arms up to the sky. And go ahead and release that and shake that out. Hands to heart center. We're going to do another fun little thing. Go ahead and bring your right knee up, send it out to the side, and step back into warrior two. Preparing for half moon, you can start to inch the right foot in a bit and push your weight forward all the way over. So your left arm comes to the floor or a block, right leg behind you, right arm to the sky. Now, your right leg does not have to be perpendicular to your body. If it's at a 45-degree angle, that's half moon as well. Go ahead and come back up and push back into warrior two. Straighten the left knee. Now we're going to take our body facing forward, pivoting on our feet, arms up overhead, and we're going to fold our torso over for pyramid pose. Now bring your right foot forward to meet your left. And one vertebra at a time, slowly roll up. Hands coming to heart center. This time left knee comes up. Send it out and the left leg back to warrior two. Setting up for half moon on this side, you can inch in a little bit. Start to send your weight up and over. So the right hand comes to the earth, left to the sky, and your left leg is behind you. Falling out of a pose is always totally okay because it means you're trying. Let's go ahead and push back, fall back into a warrior two pose again. Now we're going to straighten the right knee, shift our body to the front of the mat. Inhale the arms up, fold the torso over for pyramid pose. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. And this is no fancy move or anything. Just bring your seat to the floor. We're going to bring the soles of our feet together and allow our knees to fall open for Baddha Konasana. You can take your hands and wrap them around your feet, the tops of your feet, your toes. Inhale the chest up, and then exhale, fold forward from the hips. However far you go is how far you are, and it is all good. Inhale back up. We're going to bring the knees together. You can hold on to the back of your legs as you roll down to the floor. We're going to work our way into a supine pigeon. So keeping the left foot on the floor, bring the right leg up and take the right ankle, crossing it just under the left knee. Now you can bring the left foot up off the floor, thread your arm through your legs if you'd like, and grab the back of your left thigh, maybe the top of your left shin, or possibly even straightening your left leg and grabbing your calf and pulling it to you that way. Becca's doing a good job demonstrating. I was trying to stay up off the floor so you guys could still hear me. So you'll be down. Everyone looks like they're doing great though, so I'll just stop explaining. So we're going to release out of that. Bring your left foot to the mat. Release the right leg down to the mat as well. This time, take your left ankle, crossing it over, or I should say under your right knee, and repeating the same thing. It's not going to be the same on this side, though. It might feel different. A lot of us have more tightness in our left hip and our left leg than our right. So if you can't do it exactly the same way as you did on the other side, that's actually totally normal. We're going to go ahead and come out of that. So bring your left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor, and bring your knees in, hug them into your chest. We're going to set up for a supine twist. So your arms can lay flat on the ground in a T position from your body, or if like here, you're crowded, you can always goal post your arms. Go ahead and drop your knees to the left, sending your gaze to the right, creating a nice stretch in your body. As you inhale, think about lengthening. Exhale, twisting. wringing out whatever is not serving you today. When we talk about what's not serving us, that can be anything from negative thoughts, opinions other people have of us, unreasonable expectations we've set on ourselves. I mean, the list goes on and on. So whatever that thing is that's not supporting you on your journey forward, that's the thing to let go of. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Exhale, send them off to the right. This time, sending your gaze to the left. Inhale, lengthening, bringing in life and energy. Exhale, getting rid of that shit you don't need and twisting. Now on your next inhale, bring the knees back to center and bring everything together into a little ball, bringing your forehead to your knees. One last big squeeze of every single muscle you have in your body, and then release everything out onto the floor. Take up space. Let the legs fall out wide. Let the arms fall out wide. Go ahead and adjust your shoulder blades underneath your ribs so that your whole body can just melt into the floor and really experience very deeply this Shavasana. We're going to send some warm, relaxing waves of energy starting at the top of our head, just rolling down our forehead, softening our brow, down the back of the skull, down the back of the neck, across the front of the face, softening the jaw, down into the neck, relaxing the neck, and the trapezius muscles on the other side, down into your shoulders. And it's just going to roll and wave-like motions down your arms, into your wrists and fingers. And it's going to keep journeying down your chest, through your heart area, down into your abdomen, your spine, down into the hip area, just melting everything with warm relaxation. Down through the thighs, down the shins and calves, ankles, feet, toes. Slowly bring some small micro movements to your fingers and toes. Maybe turning the wrists a bit and the ankles. And on a big inhale, stretch your arms up overhead, stretch your legs out away from your body. One last big, huge, full body stretch. Exhale, bring the knees up into the chest, roll over onto your right side body, using your right arm as a pillow. And now we've landed in our Seedling Pose, a pose of new beginnings. The person that you were when you started your practice today does not exist anymore. You've transformed into something else. It doesn't matter what happened on the mat in terms of how the poses looked, whether or not they were picture perfect. The most important thing is that you came to your mat today. You showed up. With your eyes closed, gently push yourself up into a seated position, legs crossed. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. We'll take a collective breath together. Exhale, bring your thumb knuckles up to your third eye center. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. And with a gentle bow, namaste. Thank you guys for allowing me to lead your practice today.